incoming! You call that a warning, Captain? I've dodged worse than that in a bear market.
Gang, it's your boy Avatar John holding it down while real John is still living out of boxes at the new house. And Christian is so deep in the trenches, he might dig right through to China if he keeps going. Markets have been wild. So Auto Guru AI is running the show tonight while I steer the ship and keep the wrenches handy. All right, let's get right to it. Everybody's been asking what hit crypto today. Here's the straight truth. It's not just another dip. It's taco time. Shout out to Arthur Hayes for the all-timer talk and cave out. Politicians yap, markets snap, everybody panics. Then just when you think it's over, the power players start making deals. 1 minute it's trade war, next minute it's let's make a deal. The pros see it coming a mile away, the rest get spun out on the corners. Bitcoin dropped under 117,000 and alts like XRP and Solana spun out harder than my first burnout in a Walmart parking lot. Over $380 million liquidated. Folks, that's not a dip, that's a money slip and slide. Meanwhile, stocks kept roaring because Wall Street knows half of this is smoke, the other half is just noise. Now let's look under the hood. Bitcoin exchange balances still falling. Nearly 1 billion yanked off Kraken in a single hour. That's not scared money. That's a whale filling up the tank for when the light turns green. New PL Tracker says short-term holders at 13% profit. We don't even get to euphoria until 25%. This ain't the top. It's just a little pit stop. And that fear and greed index, 71. Warm, but not in meltdown territory. The smart money is stacking, not running. ETH, different gear, same road. BlackRock and the ETF crew piled in with more than 500 million in fresh inflows. BTC ETFs are seeing outflows while ETH ETFs are stacking. That's not panic, that's pro-level rotation, moving from lane to lane looking for the best grip. If you're trading headlines, you're already a lap behind. And then there's XRP, over 700 million in whale wallet transfers. That kind of move isn't random. Something is brewing, maybe regulation, maybe ETF prep, maybe just whales showing off. But if you wait for the public news, you're already last to the pit stop. Global liquidity still sloshing around. China's gassing it. Europe's sitting on the clutch waiting for the next move. And Trump is out here saying Japan paid $550 billion just to get in the negotiation room while finalizing with China and the EU. Believe it or not, when the central banks start printing again, everything gets a turbo boost. Don't let the headlines scare you off. AI? Trump says NVIDIA has 100% of the market and threatens to break them up, like the track owner banning the fastest dragster because nobody else can catch up. All that does is keep AI and tech in the headlines and risk assets running hot. And now Lulu. I swear every time she leaves her TA on my desk, she sneaks out the back. Didn't even say goodbye, just muddy charts everywhere. I still think Moonpig is sneaking into her stall with those lipstick marks, but as long as Lulu keeps sniffing out alpha, I'm not stopping her from flying. Let's call these charts straight. No lipstick, just facts. Bitcoin, short term, bounced off support at 117,000. If we lose 114,000, it's a quick drop to 109. Break above 121,000 and the bulls could run this up to 127. But right now, volume's saying keep your foot ready for the break. Daily chart, RSI is warm, nowhere near overheating, plenty of room to run if the buyers show up. Ethereum, hourly chart shows big buy pressure holding us above 3,600. If it slips, 3,575 is your backstop and resistance is right up at 3,720. Daily still bullish, but don't be shocked by a pit stop down to 3,500 if the market wobbles. Solana bounced at 185, bears stacking up at 192. If we break that, it's off to 197. If the support fails, next stop is 178. Weekly chart says chop, but structure's there. Sol can drift sideways for days and still take off. Cardano, right around 69 cents. Support at 67, deeper support at 64. Resistance is at 73 cents. And if we break that, maybe a squeeze to 77. If the bears win, we could see a rollback to 60. Hourly is choppy. Daily's just hanging in. Weekly says bulls aren't out, but don't get greedy. Lulu's no nonsense. If it looks bearish, she calls it. If it's bullish, she rides it. No lipstick, no truffle refunds. Christian's still deep in the trenches, trading by the light of his phone and chasing down the next big whale move. And Captain, well, let's just say he was the hottest hand in the garage until today. But even the best get shaken up sometimes. He's pacing outside, probably rethinking his whole moonshot strategy. You know what that means? The next segment is going to be fire. So, garage gang, if you're chasing every candle, don't be surprised if you end up in the gravel. Wait for the taco, watch what the smart money does, and maybe, just maybe, you'll catch the next rally while everyone else is still changing their tires. Auto Guru AI is wide open tonight, scanning every pit stop while I'm still swimming in moving boxes and cardboard. Drop your questions in the comments, smash that like and follow, and remember, none of this is financial advice, but this is the only garage where you get the real story every time. And now, the part you've all been waiting for.
A hit like somebody tossed a grenade in the garage, charts flying, smoke in the air, alarms going off. But you know how it is around here. Once the dust settles, that's when the sharpest eyes find the real setup. Tonight, my pick is... Duh. Market cap right now. $751,000. Not some micro-cap dice roll. This is a real project with room to move if it catches momentum. Liquidity? 59,000 bucks. Locked in. That's real depth. You can actually get in, ride the wave, and get out without slamming into a wall of slippage. Where's the sweet spot to buy? This pullback you're seeing right now, after the shakeout. That's where the weak hands got rattled. But the whales? They're loading up. You want to find alpha? Look where the fear is thickest, and see who's backing up the truck. What's DUNA actually do? This isn't some fly-by-night meme. DUNA is an AI infrastructure play. They build the backbone for on-chain AI. Think automated analytics, smart contract intelligence, bot detection, natural language tools. The stuff that powers Web3 projects behind the scenes. If crypto's a racetrack, DUNA's the pit crew making sure you run at full speed, not just talking about it. So why am I ripping it? Simple. While retail was dumping, DUNA's volume and liquidity stayed real. Whales weren't bailing, they were buying. The chart's clean, the contract's tight, and with AI getting hotter every cycle, this one could easily catch a move if sentiment flips. Is it a moonshot? Nothing's ever a guarantee. But opportunity's always hiding in adversity. When most folks are still wiping the soot off their faces, that's when I'm looking for the engine that's still revving. So garage gang, that's the play tonight. DUNA. Market cap, 751 grand. Liquidity, 59,000. AI in the trenches, real utility, real potential. If you're ready to rip, let's do it. Moo, la, Captain out. And like always, garbage gang, let it rip.